Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed. Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at ArtSouthampton. Yes, now introduce yourselves to the camera. We all know who you are, but tell my audience why you're here and what your name is.
Sure. My name is Jody Russo. I'm from Southampton.
I'm John Fasano, also from Southampton.
Now tell my audience how you found out about this event this evening.
Well, it stems from people that we know who have some venues going on in here, and we also know a lot of people in the art industry. Word of mouth, it was all over the news, it was just everywhere, and everyone was just so excited that the Southampton art came here.
Oh, yeah.
And people from all over the world are here with their art. It's just
one of the
fascinating.
best shows I've ever seen. One of the best shows we've ever seen. And we've been to a dozen venues. But it's just the ambiance and the way everything is so well put together. It's just really extraordinary.
Tell my audience a little bit more about Art Miami. What sets it apart? What makes it so different?
As opposed to the
work itself is
the artists' art.
It's on another level.
Tell my audience about your art.
Well, my art, it's like an abstract expressionist type of work, and I usually paint from my mind, and don't know what I'm going to paint sometimes or how it's going to come out, but it all makes sense when it's finished. And
how can we get in touch with you? Do you have a Facebook page?
How would we get in touch with me today?
Actually, it's so funny because everything's a little under construction right now, but he does.
Does he have an email?
Yes, an email.
Yes, absolutely.
And his email?
It would be John Fasano, 313 at gmail.com.
Let's toast.
Great. Let's salute.
Salute.
Here's to everybody.
To Art Southampton.
Art Southampton.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Good to meet you.
And we'll be back in a moment, guys, with more interviews right here at Art Southampton. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses. Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Art Southampton, and it's all about the beautiful art. And Art Miami is supporting this and also sponsoring this. Introduce yourself to the camera.
I'm Ron Burkhardt. I live out here in Quogue, a New York artist.
So tell my audience, what do you think about Art Southampton so far?
I must say Art Southampton is really superb. This is kind of like when you go to Art Basel, Miami in the winter. They really found a way to bring it up here to the north. It's a spectacular show, first class. I got got here, everyone has really been blown away. It's just a phenomenal
It
job.
really is. The art is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now tell my audience what kind of art is significant to you? What do you love?
Here at this show, what I love about the show is you're seeing everything from the old masters and great names to brand new fresh work. There was a Liechtenstein, not the same that we all know, but it formed out of plastic and rosin, and it's so inventive and fresh. You just see work here, really you only others I see in Art Basel or Art Miami. I of course love the Frankenthalers. There's a Richter here. There's a lot of work here going for millions. So it's a significant blue chip show for sure.
Just gorgeous. Any pieces that you might be purchasing?
Actually, I've been a guy's trying to inveigle me into buying it's a tall metallic sculpture, and it has colored lights, and you kind of run it with the rim of your hand like creating waterfalls of light. Very fresh up in the Debug gallery up in the front. Very unusual, very high-tech installation sort of item, and it's really startling. So.
Are you also an artist?
Yes.
You are an artist, okay. Tell my audience about your art.
I invented two genres of art. One is notism, which is kind of like recording documentary hieroglyphic gestural scrawls of our memories that we're trying to preserve as life goes fleeting by, recording our histories. And then in the last 3 years I've invented something totally different called organic earth art, which is large on-prime canvases, 10, 12, 15 feet. I lay them out in fields, work on them for weeks. I layer them with rainwater, pond water, organic indigenous soil, acrylics, enamel. I leach the paint through the dirt. I hose it down. I let it bleach in the sun, and I repeat this for weeks. And by the end, I take a high-pressure hose, try to clean it, scrub it with a horse brush, try to get everything off. Whatever doesn't come off is fused into the canvas. And then I do a final design of colors when I see what nature really has created, the textures and colors. And it's the polar opposite of notism, which is very cerebral, more Cytrombe, Basquiat-like. But this is just pure, rich color fields, literally done with the help of nature.
It's fascinating. You're fascinating. How you get...
It's as fascinating as you.
Oh my God! How you get into... Yes. Well, I'm a creation of art myself, I think.
Living sculpture.
Yes, a
living
sculpture. Yes. So, were you always inspired by other artists to be the artist that you are today?
Ironically, no, but I only became an artist 12 years ago, but it was in my DNA. My great-great-grandparents, unbeknownst to me, my great-great-great-grandmother was an abstract expressionist in the 1800s, and my grandfather was a poet. So it was kind of in my DNA, and I started doing this 12, 13 years ago. And then I started learning about Pollock, Rothko, Jasper Johns, Basquiat, Cytrombe, all these people really are incredibly inspiring to me now that I've gotten into that and immersed myself in it.
Now, do you live in the Hamptons?
Yes, I'm in Southampton Township in a village of Quogue. It's a small Indian little village, very charming and quaint. And
You do most of your work there?
yes, I do.
I would think so.
For the last 6 years, I've been going back and forth to California in the winter, cheating and working out there, then coming back here the other 6 months. But I just sold that in January, so I'm going to focus back in the East full time now. So,
Tell my audience about some of the galleries that carry your work.
in the Hamptons, Peter Marcel Contemporary. In Palm Desert, Melissa Morgan Fine Art. In Laguna Beach, Marion Meyer Contemporary. Dallas, Luminarte Gallery. Palm Beach, Paul Fisher Gallery. One Fine Art in Chicago. And then, people in Florence, Italy, and Austria. I've had a lot of shows over there. Names that people probably wouldn't know here, but Paris, Rio. So I've had like 60 shows in the last 10 years. So.
What about here? Is this your next show next year?
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely be here next year. I didn't even know this was even coming. Partly because I've been in California, but.
You look like a California guy.
Trying to shake.
You do. You look like a California guy.
I've been in New York 20 years, so I never gave this up. I was just going back and forth. But now I'm recommitted to the East and much more solid sensibilities here.
Well, you look terrific. And you're bringing a little California here to Southampton. And I want you to tell my audience where we can go to find out more information about you and your gorgeous art.
Oh, the easiest would just be the classic website, notism.com, which is spelled N-O-T-I-S-M as in Mary, or my name, ronburkhardt.com, R-O-N-B-U-R-K-H-A-R-D-T. That's easily the best.
Fabulous. Let's toast.
Absolutely. Wow,
Let's toast.
Hard to come by.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure being here.
And we'll be back in a moment, dogs. The more interviews right here at Art Southampton. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Art Southampton. And this is a truly fabulous event that is sponsored by Art Miami. And I'm here with this fabulous photographer who is an artist himself, and he's showcasing his photography and his artwork right here at Art Southampton. Introduce yourself to the camera.
Thank you. My name is Paul Ickovic, sometimes known as Pablo because I've had several passports, so my name changes. My last name doesn't change, just my first name.
Now tell my audience about why you came to this particular fair tonight at Art Southampton. This is getting such enormous press. Can you tell my audience a little bit about Art Southampton and why you were invited to the event?
I was invited by my dealer, Robert Klein, who's my gallery, Robert Klein Gallery, and I have a few pieces in the exhibitions here. One fairly large one over there by the cafe, and then the 4 smaller ones at the booth in the Robert Klein's gallery. So I was invited as a guest.
And also because you are a very well-known artist and photographer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want to take myself too seriously. I take the work seriously. And Fasano was a good friend of mine, said, if you take yourself seriously, you're down the roller coaster. You have to keep staying focused on the work.
My audience, what do you think of Art Southampton so far?
I think it's a very, very good exhibition with some very high quality work, which is not typical of the Hamptons. Usually it's pretty much
mediocre.
Mouse. Mediocre might be a word, I would say.
Mickey Mouse? Why do you say that?
Because all the major galleries in New York, they don't have outlets in the Hamptons. I always ask myself why. I show in New York, I show in Boston, I show all over the world. In the Hamptons, I've had a few shows in the Hamptons because the Hamptons is considered a leisure place. People come from New York, they want to relax, they'll buy a $5,000 deck chair, but they won't buy a $5,000 piece of art here.
Isn't that silly? Art lasts forever. A deck chair you throw out.
Look, I'm in love with the Hamptons and hate with the Hamptons. People come here to be seen and ask, how much are you worth? As if the dollar value was the real value in life. To me, the most important thing in life is, and it's not like a hippie, love. If you have no love in your life, I don't care if you have Bill Gates' money, I don't care what money you have. You cannot buy it. You can buy sex, you can buy all kinds of different prostitution, but you cannot buy love.
Tell my audience, where can we go to find out more information about your photography and your artwork?
Okay, robertkleingallery.com.
Beautiful. All right. That's right, robertkleingallery.com. Let's toast to Southampton.
I toast to
art.
love and women, and then Southampton.
We'll be back in a moment, dogs, and more interviews right here at Southampton Art. Pink Champagne Kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress.
been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.